Let's go. It's your man Mike Bowens coming to you once again live and direct. Listen, I got another powerful message. I'm about to drop a bomb on your head. Boom! This message is entitled Iron Sharpens Iron. Listen, in 2020, I'm going to tell you something. If you show me who your friends are, I'm going to show you who you are. If you are the smartest person in your group, if you are the wealthiest person in your group, if you are the healthiest person in your group, guess what? You're not going to be able to go much further, much higher than what you currently are. Now, I'm not saying you cut people off, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you got to constantly expand your contacts. You got to constantly expand who you hang out with. You got to constantly expand the books that you read. You got to constantly expand the seminars that you go to. You got to constantly expand the knowledge that you're taking in. At the core of what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. You got to constantly expand the knowledge that you take in. I'm not saying get rid of people. I'm not saying don't talk to people. I'm not saying that, because friendships are valuable. They mean something. What I'm saying is, if you're constantly regurgitating the same information over and over and over, how do you get sharper? How do you get better? There was a commercial a long time ago called the Ginsu knife. It was an infomercial. And the Ginsu knife was able to cut things that other knives that were duller could not cut. And see, what I want your mind to be is like a Ginsu. And this is what the Bible says, that iron sharpens iron. And so once you begin to think on a higher level, understand on a higher level, and activate yourself to move in a higher level, your life has no choice but to follow. Your life has no choice but to go to a higher level. And so if your mind is not being constantly sharpened, if your mind is not being constantly upgraded, right, and strengthened, then guess what? How can your life be upgraded? How can your life be strengthened? And I don't know about you, but don't you get tired of doing the same thing every single day if it's not producing good results? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting something different. This is year 2020. If you want something different, you got to think something different. If you want something different, you got to do something different. If you want something different, you got to hear something different. If you want something different, you got to say something different. If you want something different, you got to go to different places. You got to put yourself in a different environment. You need to have a different schedule. If your schedule that you constantly have is not producing the results that you want, then you must sit down and create a schedule that's going to allow you to produce the life that you want. That's a bomb going on. Boom! And iron always sharpens iron. So the books that I'm reading, or the books that I'm listening to, I mainly listen to audio books. I'm not sitting down too much and reading a book at this point in time. So I can listen to like 4 books in 1 week. So my knowledge is constantly being sharpened. Who I am, who I was in 2019, if you knew me in 2019, I am not in 2020. Who I was last week, I am not this week. And who I'll be tomorrow, I am not today. I'm constantly elevating, constantly changing, always becoming, getting better every week, knowing what to do and how to do it, and trimming the fat off my life so that it's lean and it's mean and it's a machine. Dang, I could have rhymed right there. But what I'm trying to say to you is that in order for you to go to the next level, in order for you to go to a higher height, you must constantly evaluate not just those that are around you, but the information that you are taking in. And by you doing so, you're able to examine your life and see what's productive, what's not productive. I'm here right now, but I want to be here. What do I have to change about my habits? What do I have to change about what I listen to? What do I have to change about what I'm doing on a daily basis to get me from point A to point B? And so you could take 2 people who live in the same city, do the same thing for a living, but one person is going to be much more successful than the other person. Why? Because they don't think the same and they don't do things the same way. They don't have the same habits. They don't show up to work the same time. They don't do the same amount of work. They don't have the same amount of contacts. They don't have the same contacts. They don't have the same expectations. They don't have the same vision. If you want to change your life, all of these things must be in place. Your vision. Do your actions line up with your vision? Does your grind match your vision? Because if you got a little grind and you got a big vision, it's not going to happen. But if you got a small vision and a big grind, then guess what? You're going to exceed that vision every time. Am I saying for you to have a small vision? No. I'm just saying that your vision and your grind must be congruent. Your vision and grind must be lined up. They must be aligned. And so you can't expect more out of life than you're willing to put in. You can't expect for people to treat you better than you're treating yourself. And so as you begin to move forward this year, I'm telling you that iron sharpens iron. I'm looking forward to creating possibly this year a men's conference, right? I'm looking for the men, right? And I'm starting something called My Brother's Keeper, because a lot of men have been reaching out to me through Facebook messaging. And they reach out to me and ask me questions and things of that nature. But listen, it's like 50, 60, 70 people. I can't talk to everybody for 2 hours at a time. But I've come up with a way to speak to the men all at one time, maybe like live streaming once a month with the men, and maybe a conference right here in Albany, New York, with the men in a conference, right? It'll be live praise and worship, and it'll be a powerful message by me to the men to speak into your life and take you to another level. Listen, men, you want that? Write down below. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in, and we'll take it from there. So as we move forward, if you have not subscribed, subscribe to this channel, share this video, like this video, and until next time, this is your man Mike Bowen saying, be blessed.